Uh, Welcome back. We've had a few picks come in since we were away. As you know, before we went on break, pick number 56, the Bears took Tyreek Stevenson's quarterback Miami, and that was a good pick for them because they do need one. You can see the Jaguars, they're on the clock with the 61st pick. They're drafted in their war room. With 57, the Giants took John Michael Schmitz, center, Minnesota, and they do need that. That was a good pick for them. With the 58th pick, the Cowboys took Luke Schoonmaker, tight end, Michigan, and they need a good tight end. And I think that was a good pick for them. With the 59th pick, the Bills took Osiris Torrance, guard, Florida, and that was good. They need a good. That was a good pick. They wanted that. And then with the Bengals, pick number 60, DJ Turner, quarterback, Michigan. That was a good pick for them. Now we're going to find out who the Jaguars have selected because they've traded the last. We're going to find out they selected with pick 61.
2023 NFL Draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars select Brenton Strange, again, Penn State.
They have selected Brenton Strange, tight end, Penn State, and I think they need a good tight end. I think that was a good choice for them. And he had a lot of production last year. He had 32 receptions, 362 yards, 5 touchdowns in 2022. And honorable mention, all Big Ten in 2021. And he had career 70 receptions, 255 yards, 11 touchdowns. That's what did the extent of his career, and those are some impressive numbers. He can get the receptions, tackles, he can score touchdowns for you. He can make you pay. The Houston Texans are back on the clock with the 62nd pick number 62 of round 2. We're slowly winding down the second round. So we're about to find out right now who the Texans have selected with pick number 62.
Texans are making moves. The Eagles have traded the 62nd pick to the Houston Texans.
And the Eagles traded that pick to the Houston Texans, so we'll see who they got.
The Houston Texans select
They have Juice Scruggs, guard, Penn State. And they do need his guard is also a center, and they do need that. I think that was a good choice. They needed and they needed that. They needed a good guard. And his honorable mention all Big Ten in 2022. He won the Remington Trophy and the watch list and nation's best center. And he's dependable. He can put up some big numbers for you. And the Denver Broncos are back on the clock. They're on the clock now for the first time in the draft. They did not make a pick last night. They did not. No, they did not. The Broncos did not last night. In round 1. They did not make a pick last night, the Broncos. No, they did not. This is their first pick of the draft. They didn't even go with a center, an outside linebacker, or a running back either, or a defensive tackle, but we'll see. They do need a lot of some pieces of the puzzle. They want to have a better record than they did last year, and they want to make the playoffs. So we shall see who they're going to take. And the dude selection is DeMarcus Ware, Broncos Super Bowl 50 champion. So we're going to find out who they have selected right now.
The Denver Broncos select Marvin Mims,
And they're taking Marvin Mims Jr., wide receiver, Oklahoma. This was another one the Browns were targeting. And he's now off the board. And he was a first team All Big 12 in 2022. And he had 183 receptions, second in the Big 12. And led OU receiving yards in all three seasons in 2020 through 2022, which that's very impressive. Career 18 receptions, 40 plus yards, third in OU history. And he's a guy that he can put up the yardage and he can get the tackles and he can put up the receptions and the touchdowns. Career 123 receptions, 2,298 yards, and 20 touchdowns. And right now, the Chicago Bears are on the clock for the 64th pick of round 2 of the NFL draft. And I do believe that this is the final pick of round 2. We'll have to wait and see. So we will wait and see if this is the last pick of round 2 and if we begin although this is round 3, excuse me. Yeah, this is the final pick. We'll be beginning round 3 shortly. This is the final pick of the second round, and the Bears have it. So, joining us on stage are active duty service members who operate Navy, Force, Space Force, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps. We ask all of those currently serving and those who have served to also please stand and be recognized. And they're working on all the men and women that have served in the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy, and the United States Marine Corps, which I think is very nice. That is very honorable for that. That is very nice. The Bears pick is in. We're about to find out momentarily. You're hearing in the background the Lee Greenwood song, God Bless the USA, which is very appropriate to hear that song. And I think that shows you what this country is all about. And so I'm going to let you hear it. God bless. So I'll be back. I'm going to let you hear it. So enjoy listening to God Bless the USA. Thank you, men and women who have served in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the United States Marine Corps for your faithful service and all you do for the freedom that we live in each and every day. And the Bears pick is in. The draft is in commercial. We're going to find out momentarily who the Bears did select with the 64th pick, the final pick of round 2 of the NFL draft. And then after that, we will begin round 3. So we're waiting to find out who the Bears have selected. But Marvin Mims Jr., the Browns have been targeting him, and now they will not be able to take. That's one they're not going to be able to get because he's off the board. So they got to look elsewhere to see if they will to see who they can take. Who is on the board right now? Who they can take with pick number 74, which is coming up in round 3. So. So we will. So we will have that for you. So don't you worry. And but And the Bears are the only team in the NFL without a player selected to the Pro Bowl, and they would like to have one selected. And I think they're going to go with an offensive tackle, a defensive end, and their selection is in. We're about to find out momentarily who they have taken with that final pick when the draft comes back on the air. And as I said, I think they're going to go with an offensive tackle, defensive end, or an outside linebacker. We'll see who they take. And because they do need some more pieces of, and they have taken Jack Pickens, defensive tackle, South Carolina, with this pick. And I think that was a good one because they do need a defensive tackle. And that was a good choice. He put up a lot of big numbers with South Carolina. And I think this was a good choice for the award and South Carolina Defensive MVP in 2022. And he was a three-time SEC Fall Academic Honor Roll in 2022. And that wraps up round two. We'll begin round three momentarily. So I'm going to take a break and upload this video, and we'll be back with round three right after this. Stay with us. The Browns will pick in round three, pick number 74 and pick number 98. So stay with us.